Hello again. So in this lecture, we're going to be learning about the delivery type. So there are two different delivery types. There are standard delivery and there's accelerated delivery. I'm going to explain to you exactly what those are. Now, just know that this feature is very handy whenever you're doing anything that's highly time sensitive. Let me show you why and how. Let's dive in. So let's go ahead and explain that little cliffhanger. So if we go down, we have the delivery type right here, all right? And there are two options, there's standard and accelerated. For you to access this, you need to click on the edit button to the right here. Chances are you're not gonna have access to it. The only way that we can access it is if we set a cost control here, let's say 0.75 like we did before, and then go to show additional bid strategies, and then we put on the bid cap. And then go down. Now we can decide between a standard and accelerated. Probably the reason for this is because if you set a certain bid and then you set a cap, then they know exactly how much you're willing to spend and then they can just roll it out. All right. So what does it mean with delivery and what does it mean with a standard delivery and an accelerated delivery? Well, the best way to explain that is visually. It looks like this. Whenever we're doing ads, normally we are going to be using the standard type. And the standard type basically means that you are delivering your ad throughout the day in as even of a rate as possible. This is important for two reasons. Number one, it allows Facebook to always look for the lowest cost opportunities, whether it will be early in the day or later on in the evening, or maybe even during the midnight or midday. Secondly, it allows you to get some data when your ad is actually peaking, when it is the most popular, right? So if you're running an all day and all night, well, that means that you have perfect data to know when people are clicking, when people are not clicking, when you should be optimizing it for. Just like we saw in the previous lecture, you can actually optimize the times. The only way to optimize those times is to get the data to do so, and using a standard delivery, that is how you get that data. So a standard delivery just means that you will be delivering your ad at a decently even rate throughout the day and sometimes throughout the night, depending on where your audience is. Sometimes it's night for you, but it's gonna be, day somewhere else, depending on where you are advertising. So that is the standard delivery. Now, the accelerated delivery is a little bit different. The accelerated delivery means that, as you can see here, your ad is being delivered as quickly as possible. So those little dots there show when your ad is being delivered, and given the budget that you have set, the accelerated delivery is just going to do its best and blow through your entire budget as quickly as possible with the cap that you have set, regardless if it is an audience that it believes is likely to click or not. As long as it is within your targeting, it's just going to go for it and go hard for it. So the benefit with this is there are twofold. Number one, if you're doing anything that's time sensitive, let's say, hey, this is only going to last for another 12 hours, maybe a certain discount, maybe a certain event, then go ahead and use accelerated because that's just perfect. You want to get it out as quickly as possible. There's no time to optimize. Number two, if you want data as soon as possible, you're not going to get all the time data, but you are going to get the data about the audience, about the results, about whether to optimize, if it's a good, cost rate, if you're getting in a good return on investment, etc. All of that important data you're still going to be getting. So if you have a large budget, and you need to get data as soon as possible, or you're doing anything that's time sensitive, then the accelerated delivery is perfect to use. But in the vast majority of cases, we're going to be using a standard delivery. So as you can see here with the green dots, it's just going to be delivered throughout the day. Whenever Facebook deems that this is a good match and this is a low cost, we're going to go for this one. And then the Facebook system is going to learn more and more who your audience is and who to deliver to. So the more ads we're doing, the better the Facebook system actually becomes in helping us optimize our ad deliveries and matching us with a great audience. So delivery type, we're going to keep it to standard because, again, we're also not going to be using cost control. So those are the different delivery types, standard through most of the time, but if you're doing something that is time sensitive or you need data as soon as possible, then you can go ahead and you can use the accelerated delivery method. Then it can be great. But for us, we're going to stick with the standard. So well done making it this far. We have set up everything in the ad set area, right? So now what we're going to do is that we're going to click on continue here and then move on to the ad design. I hope you are excited. Let's go.